How are we doing on this Saturday morning? It's always weird when I do Saturday sprints. I'm like, what? Why am I here? Hello. But we are here. We're going to be reading Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. We also feel like we just did book club sprints.
We did. We kind of did. Yeah. I didn't even finish the book because of Clue.
Even
it did not work for a current prompt, and then I never got to the other because of me and my slump. So
that's totally fair. I did. I gave it 5 stars. So hopefully we continue with
One
this
day.
good book train we're on for B&K. Hopefully that still happens. I think I'm more likely to like this than you. However, you did just really enjoy your last Allie Hazelwood book. So
yeah, so I actually have it right here because I'm really behind on reviews and my goal is to catch up today. But I finished Check and Mate. I gave it a 4. It was really cute. But I'm worried for this one. But I'm glad because I got it from the library. So it's either way, I didn't pay money for it.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked that I got it. I was the first one to get it. Or the second. I was because I saw it on order and then it said I was number 1 on one copy. So, and then it was on order and then I got it. So I think I'm the first one who got it.
That's amazing.
So I guess it was a little delayed. I don't know, but I a week ago or so. So
you were needing to go pick it up during book club sprints. I remember.
Yeah. So
distinctly.
Was that last 2 weeks?
2 weeks, not even a week and a half.
Yeah. So recently. So yeah.
We're doing
really happy I got it.
Very close together. Don't worry. There's going to be a bit more of a break between this one and next book club. Yeah. We'll do that sometime in April. I know we know a date, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I think it's mid-April.
It's something. Yeah. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Reading Counterfeit. Hi, Kisa. Hi to Neil. Claire is here. Happy 1st of March. Yes, this is true. Happy 1st day of March. Happy Ramathon. Clue is over. I kind of forgot that we switched Monday for a second.
Yeah.
Clue has ended. Now we're into Realmathon. What team is everybody on? This is not Realmathon sprints, but I'm curious. So I'm on Monarchs. Kelsey, did you ever decide on a team?
No, I didn't join because I might not read much this month.
You just did a big competitive readathon a host for. So that's fair.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in a slump. Well, I feel like I'm kind of coming out of it, but I'm unsure. And I just want to take it easy this month. So, but I don't know. Maybe if I get bored, I'll join. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling at the very start.
Yeah. Fair. Take a couple of days to think about it, and then you can always decide once you've had a couple of days break.
Yeah.
But Claire's reading Quicksilver and Misery. Don't know what book to start with. So many options. I'll have to check due dates and make a decision. You are so smart to look at when your Libby loans are due back.
Yeah.
Next book. I never do this. I should. This would be a great plan.
Yes.
What would I do? Hello. Reading How to Catch a Bachelor today. Enjoying it, but I hate when they put a plot in the synopsis that still hasn't happened at 50%. Agreed. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sarah. Starting Deep End today. Yay. Also reading Valor. So I am going to be reading Valor next month with Sarvasha and Rainey. Very excited to get back into the series as I gave Malice 5 stars. So how are you enjoying Valor so far? Hi, Rainey. Meg is here reading Deep End. I feel like a lot of people are jumping on with this one since it is a very anticipated release for a lot of people. Also, people have already read it. It's only been out for a couple of weeks now, I think.
Yeah, it hasn't been long.
So if you've already read it, you can still participate in the discussion as well. Hi, Abs. I have the last bit of God Killer to reread, and then hoping to start. Oh, hold on. The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I have this right here because I started it this morning. This is for another book club that I run, Send Help, which the live show is on Saturday next week. So that's why I had to start this because I haven't started it yet and really needed to. So speaking of that one, also same. Not planning on reading Deep End, but if y'all make you interested, I don't know.
I'll let you know, Rainey.
Kelsey will be the decider of this.
Compared to Icebreaker, so probably not, but I'll let you know. If I'm loving it, then that'll be shocking, actually.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, me too.
Finishing Onyx Storm. Ooh. Libby just offered me Blood Over Brighthaven, which I could use for one of my last squares on our fantasy Dark Academia. I'm excited to get to this. I have it. It's here somewhere in the red. section, one of these red books. Hi, Bethany, reading Tangled Up in You, and then I'll read Deep End. I finished this last night. My patrons and I have a live show for this afternoon, so I was scrambling to finish. I'm just reading book club books left, right, and center this week. Like, that's just my only goal. Hello, Ellie. How are you? Reading Deep End as well. I'm halfway through and loving it so far. Yay. I know that Vanessa has also started because I've seen her comments in the Discord. I haven't looked at them because they're in spoiler tags. But I know that Vanessa's started already. Currently just learning K-pop song lyrics and dancing. I approve of this message. That sounds fun. Hi, Amber. Adulting to do while listening to Deep End this morning. Already read Deep End, but I'm here for but I'm here to hang out for it's very early and I'm still drinking the first cup of coffee. It's fine. We'll be fine. Katie, did you like Deep End? I don't think I know the answer to this.
That is an interesting question because Katie did not like Icebreaker and it's been compared to Icebreaker.
Yeah. So I need to know if you liked it, Katie. Good morning, Servasha. Not reading Deep End, but doing March of the Mammoth. So I have to read my pages of Priory of the Orange Tree. There's a chunky book, and Fall of the Giants, which is 1,450 pages long. Now, that makes Priory look small, truly.
I don't think I could ever read a book that long. I don't think mentally I could do it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever read one that long. I've read like in the 1,200.
Okay, yeah.
But that's about as big as I think I've ever gone. Hi, Alex. Going to be reading From the Depths and working on a craft project. I very highly doubt that I will finish Deep End today. I don't
400 and something pages.
No, we're going to be here for 4-ish hours. I have a live show at 2 p.m. Eastern, so I have to be done by then for the sprints for today. So we'll be sprinting to around then, close-ish, whatever sprint takes us to the, around that where I have to jump off. And then I'm doing a live show. And honestly, it will depend on how much I'm loving Deep End, whether I prioritize finishing the Undertaking of Heart and Mercy first, or if I prioritize just knocking out Deep End first and then doing that one. Because Deep End, technically, there's like, this is the live show for Deep End.
Oh, yeah.
So that one has like a date where like I need to have read it so I can discuss it. So I'm like,
but it's still quite far right now, but it could come up quickly. That's the problem.
If you could just see what is on my stack for this week, because I have both the Fourth Wing audiobooks leaving on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm so in trouble for this week. I'm also doing a buddy read with Margaret this week of a 700-page fantasy book. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's what I'm doing.
You're going to have a busy week, I guess.
If I'm not reading this week, someone needs to yell at me.
This is my only book this week. Like I don't have a buddy read till March 7th. So
I love that for you.
If this did DNF, I'll just figure another book out. But
you can just like chill.
Yeah. But I do have like back-to-back buddy reads after that. So it's kind of busy then.
That's fair. Good morning, Stacy. Just woke up with half an hour ago and having coffee and making breakfast in the first sprint. Do want to read Deep End, but I'm planning to read it for a vlog, but I'm not camera ready. That's very, very valid. I do this all the time. I'm like, no, can't.
I just
not
film
ready.
Sometimes if I start, I'll like film the intro like after. Yes. Thing, like if I briefly started, because I'm like, well, I don't even have many thoughts. Because I'm like, sometimes you just want to start a book and you can't film an intro right then.
Totally. I'm a big proponent of filming intros at night.
Yeah.
Like if I know I'm going to start a book tomorrow, I'll be like, okay, idea. I'll film it tonight knowing I'm not going to touch it tonight, but like just because I'm more ready.
Yeah.
And I will be at the crack of dawn,
Yeah.
When you readathon so much, there's no distinction between one ending and the other starting. Seriously? Like the months all run together. It's bad.
I can't believe we're already in March. It's crazy.
February flew. January took ages. February flew.
Really? Yeah.
I also need to do a February wrap up. That needs to happen. Also, hello, Steph. Kelsey, if you change your mind, Stingers would love to have you.
Do not worry, Katie. I will be joining Stingers if I join. Do not worry.
You're like, if I join, that's where I'm coming.
Yes, I will be.
Hi, Allison. Got your coffee and reading Vengeful. Reading Give Her to the Stars. We've got some Ravens. Where are all my monarchs, friends? Where are you? I'm like, wait a second.
Well, we'll get to the next comment in a second. So
good. I was concerned for a minute there. Learned 17's God of Music. There's a monarch. Good job, Tennille. This is why I picked it too, was I knew I was going to be reading a lot of political fantasy this month.
Yeah.
Katie is one of the co-hosts for Genre Blend Comp Club next week. So starting Undertaking, we both need to, our other two hosts finished it weeks ago. And we waited till the last minute. It's fine. Everything's fine. Feel so behind with books I'm reading for content, and I'm planning my own readathon. It got me behind.
Yeah, that's fair.
Clue is very busy.
Yeah.
Really. Good morning, Alicia. Forgot I scheduled a doctor appointment this morning, so I'm getting ready for that. And then going to dive into Deep End. I'm impressed that you have a doctor's appointment on the weekend. Like, that would not happen here.
We have, like, my doctor's office has, like, if you have, like, an emergency appointment, you can come in on, like, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But it's, like, not with your regular doctor. It's, like, whichever out of those 5 are on call kind of thing. But it's, not often.
I think you can do it for the live show. It's a fast read. And we'll be here we're going to keep relatively productive, I would say. Daytime sprints were always more productive than evening sprints.
Oh, definitely.
Game Malice 3, but willing to give Valor a try before making a final decision. I can easily get through some POVs, but others drag. I caved and got the audiobook with a credit. Yes, since my library doesn't have copies. Last night, I made the kids watch Tangled with me. My daughter put on her Rapunzel dress and brought her Rapunzel doll in a matching dress to watch it. I love this. It really, the thing with the Meant to Be series is they really do follow the Disney movies. Like, that's what they're even somehow connected to Disney because Disney's copyrights on the back of the book.
Yeah.
So, like, somehow they're, like, working with Disney to do, like, retellings of the movies.
Yeah.
Didn't get Icebreaker vibes. There was a character I didn't like that got way too much book time and caused too many problems. Otherwise, enjoy it. Gave it a 3.5.
For me, 3 is like meh.
Yeah, I was just about to say
everyone's different.
But I can give you giving it a 3.5. Like, that's kind of where I was expecting you with Deep End, to be honest.
Yeah, like if it goes really downhill, it could be a 2 or a DNF.
Yeah.
If it's going to 1 territory, I'm literally, or even 2, I'm going to DNF. Yeah. But I do foresee it being around 3. I don't foresee it being like the worst thing I've ever read.
I wouldn't think so. We'll see.
No.
I have high hopes.
Yeah, like I don't foresee myself hating it. If I love it, that'll be absolutely shocking. So
it literally will be. Everyone will be like, we have to pick up Deep End. Kelsey loves it. Rainey will 100% pick it up if
I loved it, probably,
1,000%.
Because then she'd also need to compare the Icebreaker, like, is it actually the same or not, you know?
I mean, the only person I've heard compared to Icebreaker was Bree, so I don't think that's like a
okay. I thought it was like a bunch of people. Whoops. So I'm like, oh, okay, everyone's comparing it.
I think it was just like vibes, not like actually.
That's funny.
I just want to say.
No, thanks for clarifying, because I really thought it was like many more people.
Hello, Swang. Happy Candle Day. Happy Pig Day. I love that you always know what day it is.
Yeah.
Happy Black Women in Jazz and Arts Day. I love this little bit of information every time you drop into the sprints. 27%. I knew you had already started. Yes. Did not finish Tangled Up in You, but love what I've read so far. You can come, Servasha, just so you know, we're not going to start off with spoilers for the live show. So if you want to come for a little while, you totally can, because did I plan a game for the start of the live show? I may. I might have done so. Hello, Lexi. Reading Give Me Butterflies this morning, but my little bro and I are headed out to a local cafe for breakfast. Have fun. Stingers for Realmathon. Hi, Gabby. Going to read All the Sinners Bleed since I'm going to book club for tomorrow, but Deep End is on my TBR, ready to go. Plus, I'm going to the library later to grab Out of the Woods. I'm impressed that I figured out what that was.
Yes.
Because Kelsey and I are both not good with, like, is it acronyms? Is that what that is?
Yes.
It's like all the letters?
Yeah.
That's
like specifically book ones, because we're like, hold on, we were just talking about that book, but we can't even remember what it is.
The Love Hypothesis, that live show.
Yes, that's exactly the one I was thinking of.
We were on a live show talking about The Love Hypothesis, And like 2 comments later, and we had talked about it for a while.
Yes.
2 comments later, somebody put TLH. And we all went, what?
I know. I was like, what is this?
And we should have definitely put together that it was the love hypothesis.
I've just never heard the love hypothesis being like, there's certain ones where you know it gets shortened, but that like I just was not expecting it to be shortened like that. Totally. So yeah.
This is my thought process too, Katie. Like if I read a book too early and you want me to be like actually have thoughtful discussions on a book, I can't read it like weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I read too many books.
Yeah.
Oh, feeling like a 3-star for Vanessa too. Oh, that makes me a little nervous, to be honest, because we tend to agree on books, or at least on romance books. Vanessa and I overlap quite a bit. Pokemon Day. That's fun. Do we always do live shows for Patreon Book Club? No, it's new for this year. It's new. We decided to change it up. There was a vote whether people still wanted a spoiler vlog or whether people wanted a live show, and everyone said live show. So that's what we're going to do. No, it was fine. I knew exactly what it was. I was just impressed with myself, honestly. Okay, we did hit the end of the comments. So let's jump into our first sprint. We're going to do hour-long sprints, friends. Try to stay somewhat productive, but who knows? When Kelsey and I are together, it can go either way.
It really depends on how this book goes as well.
That too. I will see. Hopefully this time we'll be less tired than last month when we came back from one sprint and had no words to say about the book. Like,
it's been good. Yeah, it's been good.
Literally, we looked at each other and went, good. And then went to the comments.
Yeah.
Nothing to give.
It's so funny because at first, like we came back after, I think the first, or at the very beginning, we had a lot to say. And then it came, like next one, we were like, nope, we're done.
I know. It was funny.
Yeah.
We were just very tired. I feel like this will be the most tired chatty bit though, because as the coffee kicks in, we get more energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So where that one, as the night went on, we lost the energy.
Yes.
I will see you all in an hour, friends. Happy reading. Before we get into how we did, I just want to do some hellos because we had some friends join us while we were on that sprint. We had Ro and Moore is here cuddling a puppy. A wonderful start to the day, if there ever was one. Hello, Julie, reading Little Thieves and working on the end of month journaling, which the Little Thieves live show I think is today.
Oh, okay.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe 3. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think. I don't really know. It's today, though. Hi, Sam. So excited. This will be my first read of March. You're reading Deep End. Have you started? Because I feel like we're about to say some thoughts here.
Yes.
Early thoughts of this book. 1 second. There's one more hello further down. Hello, Alex. Going to be reading Shoot Your Shot. It's a hockey romance coming out next month. I got the ARC. Nice. I love a good hockey romance. So love this. Okay. Before we get into how the comments did, Kels, how did you do?
I got to chapter 6.
Okay.
Are you around there?
I'm at chapter 9. So
okay. So we're not, like that far off. Because the chapters are
chapter 7 is 1 page. So like
yeah, that's what I mean. Like some of the chapters are longer and then some are shorter.
Yeah.
So
Kelsey, just speak your truth.
It's trying too hard. It's trying to, like I sent Brittany a voice message as, I don't know, 20 minutes after like we went into a sprint.
Yeah, we were still really early.
And I was like, it's trying too hard right now to use like Gen Z terms and like just very much like fit in with the times. And it kind of is giving Wreck the Hall vibes a little bit.
Yep.
And I find it a bit strange that Penn and what's the main character's name?
Luca?
No.
Oh, Scarlet.
Scarlet. Yes, Penn. And that's the thing. I haven't even barely heard Scarlet's name. Oh,
yeah,
they call her Vandy.
I had to.
Okay.
It's so funny that you say that because there's a point in this sprint. If you want to go back, you see me reading it, and I'm on like chapter 2, and I look at the back just to see what her name is because I was unaware.
Okay. Yes, Vandy. That makes sense. So. Yeah. Penn and Vandy don't seem that close, in my opinion. Would you agree? And they're talking about like kinks and stuff like that already, and it's like, I just don't buy it.
Yeah.
I just don't buy that they're like not this close, but then all of a sudden they're close. They're talking about that, and then they're talking about their relationships and very deep things. And it almost feels like they went from like just meeting to like just venting and expressing all feelings.
Especially for someone, for what I can tell from the therapy part of this book.
Yes.
There's a large therapy part, which I like that part of the book significantly. But from what I can tell, Scarlett has social anxiety. Yeah. So why would someone with social anxiety instantly have those kind of conversations? Like that doesn't match for me as someone who also has social anxiety. Like I take a minute to warm up to something, and I mean like a hot minute. Like I can't just.
And if the character was like very bubbly and very like open, I would be like, okay, that makes sense. Different. But I find with Ali Hazelwood's books, this is what I found in Love Hypothesis. It's like, it's just like kind of random stuff thrown together that doesn't really add up. Like, and like you throw a main character on the front of the book in that book, and then it doesn't even match like the actual, like things are never like.
At least I can say the cover art matches.
Yes, that it does. But we can obviously see where things are going, correct?
Oh, very much so. I mean, we knew this was a super smutty book, and I love a good smutty book. So like that I knew would be fine. However, I do think they're laying it on not even a little thick, a lot thick.
A lot thick, and like
a lot thick.
It's barely into it. And is she going to betray Penn?
Oh, you'll know in a minute. You'll know in a minute. But
no, but okay. All right. I'll keep reading.
There's no cheating in this book. I'll just say that.
I'm guessing Penn gives the okay, but like that just anyway, that's my thoughts.
There's no cheating in the book. So I will say things end with one before they start with another. But yeah. The Wreck the Hall comparison came from our Voxer chat because in Wreck the Halls, there was this big discussion about, oh, he likes something in the bedroom. Oh, he likes something in the bedroom. And we don't know what it is. And it's this big, big discussion. And then when we get there, it was like, that's what it is. Like, that's fine. Like, that's totally.
Yeah. They made it seem like it was like something very dark and like.
It wasn't that big of a deal. And I feel like we're leading really heavy for what I think is inevitably very, like, yes, I'm sure it is kinky, but like not to the point of like, oh, wow, never heard tell of such things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure
it's getting laid on thick that it's like, it's
yeah.
a 400 and something page book and we're already laying on this thick. Is it going to drag?
I think it would have just been better to just like go into it. Like we don't need to have this big lead up into it. I think I would enjoy it more if we just like kind of leaned into it or at least led up to it in a more subtle way.
But do you feel like they're going to get together very early on and then it's like, okay, like why is this book 400 and something pages?
Because on the back it says they come to a no strings attached agreement. So it has to be early.
No, I get that. I'm just worried that it's longer than her other books. Like I'm worried it's going to drag.
Oh. It's not actually that much longer than some of her other books.
Really?
No.
Maybe it just looks because Check and Mate was like 340.
Yeah, Love theoretically is 400.
Okay.
So it's a little longer, but it's not
extravagantly longer. Yeah.
It is longer though.
Yeah. I'm just a bit worried. I'm not like hating it. I'm not loving it. It's like cringe vibes a little for me.
I'm surprised that I'm not loving it.
Yeah.
That's where because
I'm happy that you're not loving it. Not in but like just because I'm like if I hate it and you love it, I'm gonna like be like that, hater in the group.
No, I don't love it.
Okay.
I don't dislike it. Like I don't hate it.
But it's not giving you like icebreaker vibes like maybe you hoped for or like just
No. Because also the thing I like about Icebreaker is the friendship groups. And I find this friendship group very, very strange.
Very strange and almost like they don't know each other, but they
don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
So yeah. Vanessa's at 30%. I don't know what my percentage is. I have this on Audible, so we will never know. I just started chapter 9, which puts me on page 52 for anyone who to know. So that's where I'm at. I don't know the percentage. Got ready to read for the day and got to 9% on chapter 9. Same. Like it's so far. The audiobook is good. I will say it's duet narration where the male character comes in and reads the lines from the male character, if that makes sense. Which I always like. Page 176 of Misery. I'm nearly halfway through and having a good time. Nice. Did my physio exercises, conditioning, and stretching for the day, then read my first chapter of Blood Over Brighthaven. What an explosive start. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this because I'm very excited for this book the more I hear about it. Read 42 pages of Valor. That's a lot of pages in an hour of that chunky fantasy book. Getting the audio definitely helped me stay focused on reading for more than a few pages at a time. Read 59 pages. Hi, Michael. Excited to tackle a new TBR of books. Time to start the March TBR. I feel like because this week I have to read these 2 books.
Yeah.
And they're both on March's TBR. Like I'm getting Timmy's tackled early this month.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Which is nice.
Wow, your book looks so much thinner than mine.
Well, you have the hardcover, which I didn't even know it came out in hardcover.
But I feel like even the page, maybe not.
How many?
Yeah, I think it's the hardcover makes it look thicker.
Mine's like 430.
Yeah, mine too. It's the same. Okay, it just looks larger.
Got to 60%. I'll be done before the live show. Definitely. Maybe I'll read Deep End or no. You can let me know. I'll let you know.
I wouldn't say like rush to pick it up as of right now.
I'm about there as well. Just posted a poll on Rose on Discord to help me pick my first read. Although, I mean, we're doing a book club, so we should recommend that people read it because the more people that read it, we can have a really good discussion. I feel like this is a good discussion.
This is definitely a good discussion book. Yeah, I will say that.
It is trying too hard.
Yeah.
We are laying it on so thick.
And I kind of hate that when it's like, it's good, like some good representation, like the therapy and stuff like that. Yes. But it's like, when it pushes everything at once and it's like, okay, like good concepts, bad execution because it needs to kind of come like more naturally, I find.
100%.
Yeah.
And I just think that, like, I read books that are smutty and kinky and all the things all the time.
Yeah.
And you, like, there's a content warning in the front. I think that's great. Like put it.
Oh, I skipped it. I didn't even notice that. I was like, acknowledgement, skip. I always skip.
That's fine. Like, I want a content warning for that,
Yes.
but I don't think then you need to prep us in the lead up to the relationship this heavily. Like, it's for what I think is probably not going to be that.
That's exactly it. That's why it's giving Wreck the Halls. Yeah.
Which is why I comped it to.
I know. As soon as you said that, I was like, that's exactly what it reminds me of. Because I was like,
the Halls was like, oh, this is gonna, what is gonna happen when we get to the smut? And then we got to the smut and it was like, did we miss it?
I know.
Did we miss it? I would not start here. No. This would not be where
Check in mate, I would say.
If you want a smutty book though, I would start with Not in Love. If you are okay with closed door-ish, then I would start with Check in Mate.
Check in Mate was so cute. Like, I really like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it does date a book for sure. Wait till you get to chapter 9. It's you super close to Kate, you got the audiobook of Tangled Up in You. We'll finish in 2.5 hours. Oh, you totally got this. Literally, I was like, ma'am. Maybe I shouldn't be here. My book is on hold at the library, so I can't read with you. Hello, everyone. No, you can totally stay. We're not gonna do spoilers. This is on the back of the book.
I mean, anything we just said was like the first, like, oh yeah, that too. But yeah, anything we said, it's like nothing that's really spoiling it.
Yeah, it's on the back, and also, like I said, there's a big content warning for it in the book, so can't miss it. Yes, laying it on thick.
Yeah.
But
there's well done writing and not well done writing, in my opinion. Yeah.
I agree with this, except that's not how she's portrayed leading up to it.
Yeah, no.
She talks about how she doesn't feel comfortable talking to people, and she doesn't feel comfortable reaching out. So then it came off a little like odd that all of a sudden she's really inserting herself.
And she was like reaching rather than the other way around. Yeah.
That too.
Because she kind of reached out to grab coffee and like have, like a chat about that. Yeah.
That too. Nope, that's true. Nope, she has trauma from an accident.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. We all deal with anxiety. Just wanted to point out that it could be the reason. And this is true. I still think it's a lot leading up to it for me.
Well, because she seems very like aware of her kink and like very like confident in that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like it just doesn't. Nothing adds up. Like she's very like, but she's socially. Yeah. Has social anxiety, but like then she'll like express all of this information to someone she just like it's just there's a way to go about it, and I feel like it needed to be more gradual than this.
Yes.
Yeah, like a little bit more. Yeah.
Had breakfast. Can't wait. Me too. I'm starring this because I actually do really love this idea. In some months, I could really use a time.
That is a fantastic idea.
I can just read Timmies for a series. So, Michael,
that's a very good idea.
Thank you so much for this title because truly, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
It is long for a romance. I will give you that.
Yeah, it is very long.
Yeah. Although, I mean, Icebreaker's that long, so I can't really, judge it.
I think Icebreaker was longer than this.
No, this is longer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It felt longer to me.
Oh, maybe I lied. They're 4 pages. This is 4 pages longer.
Oh, okay. So
not really. But close. Yeah, it is March. I know. I said this at the start of the sprints. I was like, what? How is it March? Like, how did this occur?
It's insane.
Getting ready to go for a few groceries. It was supposed to snow today, but it ended up being rain instead. Well, that's nice that you got rain instead. I'd much prefer rain. I will say we've had like a really nice springy week, and so much of my snow is melted, and I can see grass again, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, our 50 centimeters of snow started melting, but we still have a good 10. So we're getting there.
Okay, friends, I'm going to start the comments there because we're a ways from the end. And we are going to stay productive. And I will see you in an hour, friends. How'd you do?
I didn't read it all. I had to clean a little. Then I got ready for the day, filmed some clips for this vlog because I'm basically doing I'm vlogging Check and Mate and Deep End in my vlog. So, yeah, I didn't read it all.
That's fair. I got to page 100.
Oh wow.
So I'm almost done chapter 17.
You're like 25% in, basically.
Basically, almost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your thoughts?
Well,
without spoilers.
It really hasn't changed. There is like a little Easter egg to another Allie Hazelwood book in this one. So that I liked because I love seeing an Easter egg and seeing characters from like a past book. Like that just makes me happy in any.
I feel like I would not even remember because
you'll notice these ones.
But I only read the Love Hypothesis.
That's okay. That's the only one you need to have read. That's fine. Okay. You won't miss it because they're actually.
I remember Adam, I think, was one of the.
That's what I mean. You're not going to miss this.
And I don't remember her name. Anyway, okay, perfect.
You're not going to miss it because it's quite a large part of this book, honestly.
Great. Okay.
Like basically characters in this book, to be honest. Like that's how big of an Easter egg it is. But I'm liking that. How to say this without it being spoilers. I did put it in the Discord, so if you want to know exactly what I
did see part of it, and I was like, okay, I won't read the whole thing, but
perfect. Yeah. So under chapter 15, I wrote something because it's something that leading up to chapter 15, it was kind of like talked about. And then once we got to chapter 15, it was like, yeah, no, this is really what we're doing. And one of the side characters in this book is keeping not necessarily a secret, but is not being super truthful about what's happening in the book. And it's making me uncomfortable with the relationships in this book because of the secret they're keeping. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I go to, again, if you want to know my full thoughts, they're in the B&K Discord. So if you want to know the shade of like not wanting to put spoilers on the internet.
That's fair. See, I don't feel like I'll DNF this because I'm like interested enough to see, even if it's a train wreck, I want to see it through almost.
Yeah, I don't think it's a train wreck. I would
like if it's not currently, but like if it gets there, I still think like Wreck the Halls. Like I couldn't. Like I needed to see it through, you know?
I'm gonna speak blasphemy into the ether, but I might like Wreck the Halls better.
Oh God. I rated that a 2, I think, right? Did you?
I gave it a 3.
Oh, okay. I might have given it a 3.
I might have liked that better.
You know what I said? I said in my video, I just checked in. I was like, I think I'd rather read Icebreaker again than continue this, hypothetically.
You hated Icebreaker, friend.
I gave it a 2, yeah.
So anyway, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not what I wanted.
It's not bad. It's not good. Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's not what I wanted it to be. There's certain things about it that I'm not uncomfortable with. Well, with this secret a little bit. So, you know, I'm hoping when we get to the smutty part, it might win me over, maybe.
Yeah. It's hard when you get kind of like a bad taste in your mouth from one thing that happens because it's hard to like overcome, depending on what it is. It's hard to overcome it even if it gets a little better.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate because I was very excited about this one, but that's okay.
It happens. I think we've had pretty decent books so far.
We have,
so if we have one hit or miss, it's not bad.
I love how I can't even remember our first book club book of the year because we
did. It was What the Wife Knew, which wasn't like a hit, but it wasn't like bad.
I liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I like that.
Yeah, like I gave it a 3, no 4.
So I've given a 4.5 and a 5 so far this year.
What's the second one?
Out of the Woods.
Right, that I haven't read yet. Okay. But I know that I'll love it. I think I will.
Yeah, I gave it 5 stars. So like I've had really good book club books all year. So
yeah, it'll be fine if we have like we have to have one miss to keep it interesting, you know?
Yes. And it's not like DNF territory. Like I'm definitely gonna finish.
Oh yeah, like I said, like I think I need to see it through either way.
Yeah.
Out of interest. So and this vlog.
Fair. Hi Chantel. Thank you so much for all the reminders. 3 chapters into an undertaking of Heart and Mercy and already loving it. Can heavily relate to a big sister, little brother dynamic. I think I'm at the same spot. I'm just about to start chapter 4. So yes, the exact same spot. Cannot say my thoughts though, because obviously we'll get to that on the live show next week.
Are you doing like a spoiler and non-spoiler section on that one or no?
I'm
just wondering if I should
there might be a small spoiler-free section at the very beginning, but I doubt for most of it, no.
Okay.
I'm not the one running that though. Julie is. So Julie, if you'd like to correct what I just said, feel free. Watch a TBR video, then about 30 pages of Valor. Didn't read, doing March budgeting.
Nice.
Almost done with Tangled Up in You, 40 pages to go. I love a modern Rapunzel. Honestly, the last half of that book, what? I know it's a Rapunzel retelling. I guess I should have seen it. But like realistically, I know the story. So like why I was so shocked by what
you were
happened.
probably just so like maybe like hooked on the storyline, you just didn't even think about possibilities.
I think I was expecting it to be fluffy. And then a bunch of heavy stuff happened. And I was puzzling and heavy stuff was happening. And I was like, why am I starting to cry? I just wasn't expecting it, even though, again, it's a Rapunzel retelling. I should have expected it. It was not really surprising when you think about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, read pages of 11, 22, 63, and I'm very much enjoying this so much. I love our main character, Jake. He's so sweet. Sorted the washing and read 39 pages. We had another DNF. We've had a lot of DNFs in this live stream. I'm not going to lie. They're starting to stack up. But you know what? I support this. I support this wholeheartedly. This year, I'm really trying to embrace the DNF. If you've been following me on either Instagram or TikTok, you'll know that I'm like doing a whole series based around DNFing this year. And I'm just really trying to like give books that I'm really excited about time for me to read them and release ones that I'm not into the atmosphere. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely get what you mean. I should track my DNFs because I don't DNF very often, and I don't know that I've DNF'd this year, actually, now that I did. I actually DNF'd the Striker by Anna Huang, but like it's a soft DNF only because it's like so large and I had to get, but I think that's my only one, actually.
Yeah, I DNF'd 5 this year so far, which considering it's only March 1st, I feel like that's a pretty high number. For me.
I feel like you read quite a bit though, so maybe like averaged out, maybe not that much.
Yeah, I think it's a respectable number. Like, not too bad, but it's not like a crazy amount either. Also, hello Jay, how are you? Watched some Booktube and read another chapter of Blood Over Brighthaven, liking the writing style so far, and it gives me the Hessalgist vibes for setting kind of magical steampunk. No, you can definitely read this one before the Love Hypothesis. You just won't have like you won't know who 2 characters are, but you don't need to know who they are for this. They're like just plopped in for a second. It's just for like us who love it to be excited, but it's unnecessary. Reading Academy of Villains and read about 12 pages during that sprint. Finished prep for filming my February wrap-up and listened to some Booktube. Got back from my appointment, got to chapter 8. Moving on to Restless Stars, which is, Zodiac Academy. I'm glad you told me that because I wouldn't have known that was Zodiac Academy. So thank you for letting us know. Loved The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I hope I do too. Hello, folding laundry during the chatty bits and reading Uprooted. I think that makes sense for the live. We'll probably get spoilers fairly quickly. Yeah, especially with just like the type of discussion we're going to be having. I don't really know how much we could do without spoilers, but I'm sure we can have like a little section of like, you know, what our star ratings were, you know, like, like, because that's how, you know, all live shows start.
Oh, definitely.
It's like, what did you like it? Are you going to, you know, read the next one? Because that's a question with this book, because I don't actually know if the next one's out yet. I'm going to look right now. Please hold. Kelsey, entertain the people.
With what?
It is out. The 3rd is not out yet. You're like,
I'm just gonna start talking about our next book club book. So
that would have been great, Kelsey. Let's tell people what the next book club book is.
So it is in the Discord, but our next book club book is Hold My Girl by Charlene Carr, which I can actually grab.
Mine is upstairs, so if you could grab it, that would be great.
I picked this.
I was just about to ask people. I was just about to be like, can anybody find out who? Just take a wild guess at who picked this book.
I loved We Ripped the World Apart. It was really good. I actually wish that I read it with a book club because the discussion was really good. And this is her first book. So it's a long one, kind of. 400. Well, actually, not really. This one was 400, so it's similar, but it's kind of lit contemporary fiction. But I think it'll be a good discussion. So yeah,
and I feel like the reason I own this book is because it's a local author.
Yeah, because I remember you getting it at some sort of event or something like that. I didn't know that it was. Oh, she lives in like in the East Coast. She's Canadian. Well, I know she's Canadian, but I didn't realize.
That's why I think I own it, to be honest.
Yeah, Nova Scotia.
There you go.
Oh wow. I wonder if she'll ever do a book event for like you to meet her.
That'd be cool.
I'd be jealous. I'd have to come out. I'd have to.
Kelsey, come visit me.
Then we may as well relay the May one because we're getting kind of close, I feel like, at this point. Or
yeah, we can.
This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead. That's all the hints you're getting currently.
Yeah, we are actually going to do the second half of the year a little bit differently, where we will have an announcement coming out with all 6 books, because I know a lot of people like to be able to line up their holds and get kind of everything set. So in May, you will see an announcement for June through December. We already have them planned. And if you know who our favorite authors are, you may be able to guess them.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of authors that are bringing out new books this year that we are very excited for.
Yes.
But yes, next month will be the one lit fic we do every year.
Yep. Last year's wasn't a hit. Good material. For me, especially because I DNF'd it.
You DNF'd it. I finished it. You DNF'd it.
Yeah. And that was my pick. This one I have like extremely high hopes for.
I have much higher hopes for this. Much.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm very nervous for Ashley Winstead's. I
am after our last one. Because I gave all of her books 5 until that one. And that was a 2.
Yeah, I gave... What have I've only given In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, but In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is like one of my favorite dark academia thrillers. Like I adore that book. And
The Last Housewife you didn't like.
No, I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I love that.
And then Midnight is the Darkest Hour I DNF'd. So this is
your last chance for her, kind of.
This is kind of my chance of being like, is In My Dreams I Hold the Knife just like a one-off that I adore? Yeah. Or should I like keep trying the author? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely. And if this is a miss for me, like I'm definitely not pre-ordering going forward. I'll just get them from the library because then it makes it seem like the author kind of went downhill. So, because I really liked her first few books. So
yeah. I don't know what book this is. The Face on the Milk Carton. I'm gonna look.
I've never heard of this. Yeah,
no, me either. Because if it's one of your favorite books, like of all time, I need to know what this book is. Clearly. Might watch Going 17 in the next sprint. We'll see how I feel. The Wildest Things by Adrienne Hanna has a spooky forest. I love a good... Now, is this horror row? I have a question because I like a fantastical, like magical forest. And I don't mind if it's spooky. It just depends on what level of spooky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
So, Ro, you need to tell me because then I will need to know if I need to get this because truly I love... Honestly... This is something that I noticed at the end of last year, and I said it going into this year, is that I didn't read a lot of dark academia last year. I didn't read a lot of retellings last year. Mm-hmm. And this is another thing that I didn't read a lot of last year. And I'm like, these are some of my favorite things.
I know. I get so caught up on like reading book club books or like books, and like I don't end up reading the ones that I really want to read. And I also put off books that I really think I'll love. I don't know why, but it needs to be the right moment, you know?
Mm-hmm. Me too. So I'm like, I need to get back into reading some of my favorite things because I have them on my shelves. Like I just need to prioritize and make time. It's a magical forest. Okay. Adding it.
Well, also Timmy's rules your fate every month a little. So for you, it's hard sometimes.
Well, and that's why when I redid the cards to make them look pretty and got them printed, I changed some of the prompts.
Yeah.
To be more like work with what I'm currently want to read.
Yes.
Didn't think this romance in 11/22/63 was something I needed, but it is. I'm not usually a fan of romances, but this is something special. Nice.
I didn't know there was romance in that.
Me neither. It's a very long book, though, so I guess that makes sense. Favorite book from when I was a kid. It's probably not good and also very dated. Okay, that's
interesting because when I looked it up, I don't know if I'm looking up the right thing, but it looks like very horror like.
Could
like
be.
look.
I mean, that tracks with equating it to the end of this book, honestly.
So I was picturing it as a children's book, just by the way that Bethany said that from when I was a kid. I just pictured it was like a very like you know, very much children's book.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, I don't know if this is the right thing.
You're like, wait a minute, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. I have read the first volume of Saga. I was just okay with it. I think I gave it a 3, but I know a lot of people love Saga. And honestly, maybe now I would. I wasn't a huge graphic novel reader at the time, so like maybe I need to like give it a try now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was like interesting.
Yeah.
So I would recommend giving it a try for sure. Didn't know there was a romance in it either, but it's so sweet. Nice. Okay, we are going to go into, I think this is going to be our last sprint because once we have a chatty time, we won't have time to do another hour. So this will be the last one. Then we can have like a good chat at the end.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll see you in an hour, friends. Hey, how'd you do?
So I didn't read much. I got to mid-chapter 10.
Oh, nice. So basically today's pages, which is good.
Yeah, which is, well, I'm going to keep probably reading. Like, so, I don't know. Like, the thing is, am I liking this book? No. But am I interested and intrigued?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not that it's, like, the best writing after. It's just, like at the end of chapter 9, the thing that was said, you probably need to look back. You probably
do. Hold on.
But,
oh, for
I'm
sure.
just like, what the actual hell is going on?
Please hold.
Like, obviously we know what's going on, but I'm like, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so, like, I just passed that, like, half a chapter ago, and I was like, eye roll, but also, like, I need to keep reading, although I know exactly where things are going. It's just, like, it's, like, almost like that wow factor, like, it's, like, hooking me in.
Yes.
But I'm not, like, it's not a great book.
No.
Sorry, if anyone likes it in the comments. I'm not trying to criticize, but for me, it's not, like, like, super well written and, like, amazing book. So
yeah, I agree. Here's the thing is, even like up to chapter 20, or I put something in the Discord. I'm like, and again, when I was talking in the last, I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this aspect of the story. But like the part that we're getting to now, which was, I think, laid on a little heavy in the start, but now that we're actually getting to what's happening, I think it's being done well.
And that's great. I'm just a little worried if it's already happening and you're like, what, 100 and...
I'm 138 pages. I haven't hit Smut yet.
Like, what are we getting for the next 300? I'm like, is it going to drag? Is there going to be third act breakup? Like, what is going to happen? I'm worried. Yeah.
I haven't hit Smut yet. I think I'm on the precipice of it, though, to be honest, with what they're doing. But what they're doing right now, I'm very interested in, and I think it's being done really well. But there are aspects of this book that I'm not a fan of and kind of make me feel like
uncomfortable.
Well, especially around the secret that's being kept. I don't love the aspect of that. Again, I can't really go into detail on that here, but I think there are things that are done really well. So
you're like mixed feelings. Yeah.
I'm such mixed feelings on this because I do think what they're doing now with trying to like kind of set boundaries with what each of them are okay with. I think that's being done very, very well. And I'm enjoying that process.
Yeah.
And how they're handling it. But there's things with some side characters. There's the side characters in and of themselves. There's some written oddly. But I think the therapy is really good too.
Yeah, this is exactly how I felt about Icebreaker. This is exactly like I loved certain concepts of Icebreaker, but I didn't like others. So like maybe I will get Icebreaker vibes. Who knows? But
I will say the fact that you have even just said that you loved certain aspects of Icebreaker, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you say that.
Well, I loved like the therapy rep and stuff like that. Like I did like concepts of it. I just felt like the smut and the like annoying main character just like totally ruined it for me. Fair. So yeah, no, there's definitely, even with this one, there's good things about it.
There is.
It's execution that really matters to me.
I think we launched into some stuff way too early before we knew the characters.
I wanted some character like introductions and kind of more like I think we just went right into it and it was like it felt too try-hardy.
It felt too fast and too unnatural at the beginning. Like it felt like nobody would actually enter a relationship this way. Like this would never happen. The way it's happening. Like, and I know this is a wrong.
All her books are like that though. They're very like, actually this is a spoiler. I can't say it about Love Hypothesis, but like, it's like almost that idea that like, no, I can't say it. Anyway, I'm like, how do I say it without spoiling?
I know what you mean.
It's very unrealistic.
Yes. So I just feel like we entered stuff just in a bit of an unnatural way, but now that we're in it, I think it's being done well.
Okay, that's good to know because it's not that I'm like I'm not. I just feel like it's not a great book, but I like written wise, but I am like intrigued to see where we go. It's not that I'm like hating it. I just think it's like I'm rolling my eyes a lot and I'm kind of like, let's see what happens next. But it's not in like I absolutely hate this book and I want to throw it against like a wall.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not giving those vibes. It's just like I'm kind of like the eye roll is like happening a lot. So
Yeah, I think like I said, there's some things I'm really like engaged in. I think they're handling these topics really well. I think it's going really well in certain ways. And then things, again, some of my things are not even with our main character. It's like a side character, but that it's going to affect the main.
Yeah, I don't like a side character so far. Probably the same one.
I wonder if it's the one that Katie was like, this one, it was in it way too much. I bet you it's probably the same one.
Probably.
And it's just that part is making me feel like to have those things in a romance, it just makes the romance uncomfortable. But
yeah, and I'm like very much maybe like I think I would have loved this had I been like I don't know like 18, 19, even 20, but like now I really like more Abby Jimenez, Kennedy Ryan, like very like a little more emotional. Yeah, and even Check and Mate, like although it wasn't emotional, it was like a quick light read, but it wasn't anything like I don't really like ones that are kind of like insta lovey or that kind of thing. Like that can kind of ruin it for me now. So yeah.
I do expect the smut in this to be good though.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I think will be like pretty well done.
I do too. And I also think that like if you've read Ali Hazelwood's early books, a lot of people will critique that like some of the things are unrealistic in how they are portrayed, like physically impossible. Like people can't move that way. But I feel like in her later books, there's been less issues with that. And so I feel like that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah,
because I feel like
that's good. That's really good. Because some authors go downhill, Tessa Bailey, with the smut, you know what I mean? So I'm glad to hear this author like went uphill with the smut, and I would say still very insta lovey vibes.
I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to read Mate, which is Ali Hazelwood just announced her new book. Which is
I don't keep up with her very much though.
It's the sequel to Bride.
Oh, definitely not then.
Yeah, I'm debating. I feel like I might need to.
But I don't think I'll read another one for her unless you add it to like a book club, probably.
Well, if she did another new adult one, would you?
Yeah, not like out of my way, but if you wanted to add it, I would be like, sure.
Because Check and Mate is, I think, one of her better books. To be honest.
Definitely. So like, I wouldn't rush out to get it, but if it like came to me for a reason, I would.
Yeah. Finish Tangled Up in You, lunch and housework up next, and we'll pick up Deep End this afternoon.
Bethany, I'm very excited for you to pick up Deep End because Bethany's always very active in the Discord, and I love hearing her thoughts. So I'm very excited.
Honestly, it'll be interesting to hear Bethany's thoughts on some things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Had lunch, started a new book, and watched Krista's middle grade March collab, Shading and Drawing. Marked 2 things off my to-do list, messaged a family member, and read another chapter of Blood Over Brighthaven on page 59. Didn't read, writing a review for an arc. Rated it, oh my goodness. Wow.
I don't think I would finish a book if I was
either.
Unless, well, even for a book club, I wouldn't.
No. Or for an arc? No, I wouldn't. I totally wouldn't.
No, yeah.
That's rough. Got caught to where I need to read in no. Let's try again. Got caught up to where I need to be yesterday in Valor. So now I have to read today's 50 pages. I managed to read 100 pages during sprints. Nice. Had lunch, got to 82% of Tangled Up in You. Going to be a photo finish for the live show, but I think you'll make it. I think so too. You have an hour left.
Yeah.
And I can't see you having an hour left on this audio. And we're going to end pretty quickly because we're at the end of the comments. So you'll have a full hour to read.
Yeah.
Got to chapter 3. Thank you so much for hanging out for Saturday morning sprints with Kelsey and I.
Yeah.
We do have a date for the next B&K sprints. Please hold, because I know we picked it.
I want to say April 8th.
It is right. Mm-hmm. April 8th, Tuesday night sprints on Kelsey's channel. If you're not subscribed, Kelsey is linked in the description box below. So make sure that you are subscribed. I know that there are a lot of people sprinting right now, but I do also know that Realmathon launch sprints on Cassidy's channel start in exactly an hour. So that's also going on. I will miss the start of those, but I'm hoping to jump in after my live show is over. And also the Little Thieves live show is today with Margaret and Leandra. So there's a lot going on today. A lot happening. But that's going to be the end for us here today. Oh, Never mind.
Oh, right, because it's one. Yeah, one.
I can't do time zone math. It's all good. Why did I think they started in an hour? Well, that's even better. Perfect timing. Maybe one of my mods can drop a link. So we will end so that you can all go over and start Realmathon with Cassidy. And actually, then I might jump in for a few minutes before my live show. I'll see y'all. When will I see you all next? Wednesday. She'll see you Tuesday. I'll see you Wednesday. Because I'm doing special sprints Wednesday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here with Margaret. And bye, friends.